Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, I think we can hear everyone. Well, good morning, and thank you all for joining us for the kickoff of the 32nd Comida Food Drive with our partners, Fiesta and Pepsi, along with HPD. Before we get started with the program and to hear all of our speakers that will be talking about the significance and the importance of the Comida Food Drive and to this community, we want to acknowledge a lot of the people that have joined us today in a show of support and that are up here on the stage with us. We have council members Amanda Edwards and Mike Knox. We have our executive team members. We have our executive assistant chiefs, Troy Thinner and Matt Slinkard. We have our assistant chief back here, Satterwhite. We have a number of public affairs officers from HPD that are with us. All right, guys, y'all can smile. We have a great team up here from Fiesta. And we have our store managers, and you'll meet their CEO in just a moment. Thank you all again for really being with us today. We are right now in the middle of the Thanksgiving season. We've already given thanks, and now it's time to give and to pay it forward and to be thankful for all those things that we are grateful for. And we have a very easy way for you to give because the need here in Houston is great, whether it's homelessness or joblessness or recovering from Harvey. The need is great. And Houston is a generous city, always looking for ways to help those in need anywhere. But there's the old saying that says charity begins at home. And now we need you. We need you to step up to the plate. We need you to participate. And it's a very easy way to do that this holiday season. But before we get into those details about the significance and how you can give, we want to bring on our speakers. Now, law enforcement always refers to themselves as first responders, but we also feel that we have a first responder for the city, and it's our mayor. He is there for us 24/7, fighting for us, all citizens, on the local, state, and federal level. And we are so glad that he could be here with us today and to share the importance of the Comida Food Drive. Mayor, we're so glad to have you. Thank you.
Thank you so very, very much. I'm going to get me one of these uniforms. Get your size right. Look, it's good to be with the city council members, Councilmember Mike Knox and Councilmember Amanda Edwards, and of course it's always good to be with Chief Acevedo and the assistant chief and Slinkard, and then with all of the other HPD officers as well. And then this is an exciting morning because we are right here at Fiesta. Yeah, so I am so very, very grateful to Fiesta for opening their doors, for just being one of the key sponsors to this event. But that's how Fiesta does it. So we're very appreciative of having them right here in our community. And then Pepsi is also one of the sponsors, and I want to thank them for being a generous sponsor. Look, as was said, I think this event started back in 1985. When some HPD officers went out in the underserved areas and discovered there were people that were in need, and then end up having this food drive and feeding back then, I think about 600 families, and since then it has come a long way. So this is the 32nd annual Comida Food Drive, one of the largest food drives that HPD has put forth. And look, and this year is a very exceptional year. In the aftermath of Hurricane Harvey, when thousands of families are still finding themselves in need, just trying to find furniture to go back in their houses or remediate their homes. And then there are just other people who are living on the margins. We have to bear in mind that in the city of Houston, with all of our growth and development and prosperity, that 24% of Houstonians are working poor. And so I want to thank HPD for being out there on the front line. Chief, I want to thank you and your department and all of the officers and those affiliated with, because it's not just about going out there and catching the bad folk who are doing bad things, but HPD is about feeding those who are hungry and providing assistance to families and taking care of our children. And so I couldn't be more excited than for what you all are doing. I think we have some of the best police officers you can find anywhere in the United States of America. Very proud of HPD. Very proud of this investment. Thank you to Fiesta. Thank you to Pepsi.
Thank you so much, Mayor, for keeping us Houston strong. And now I'd like to introduce you to our police chief. Although he's been here just shy of a year, he has hit the ground running. And a part of relational policing is about giving back to the community. And he encourages all of law enforcement to connect with the community, to interact in very positive ways, such as with the Comida Food Drive. And now it is my pleasure to bring up our police chief, Arnie Saveda.
All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. What a great morning. Anytime that I get an opportunity to be with the mayor, it's a great morning. And, you know, it all starts at the top. And one of the things that we're very fortunate about in this city is that we have our mayor who's a champion for everyone, from the most vulnerable to the most successful. I want to thank you for always being here. For him to be here means a lot, because this is a time of giving thanks. Last week we were with our families, but we know that we had over 30,000 Houstonians who had their homes devastated by Hurricane Harvey. We know that prior to Harvey, we had a lot of people, like the mayor said, about 25% need our help. And this year, we need help more than ever. This program's been around for 32 years now. It started with a couple of officers that saw a need on the beat, and understanding the importance of community policing and relational policing, they decided to do something about it. And as a result of the generosity of Fiesta Mart and PepsiCo and all the folks that joined with HPD, last year we had over 3,500 families, I believe, that we were able to help. But this year, the need is greater. So we're asking Houstonians that have the ability to come out, visit with us here in the next couple of weeks, visit with us at Fiesta Marts. Our officers will be here starting, I believe, next week. Thursday of this week, they will be here through Sunday, December 3rd. So come out, help us increase that number, because the one thing we know this year is the needs greater than ever. And I know that you probably hear that every year when we're asking for help. But this year, we don't have to build much of a case, because we know, as the mayor said earlier, that too many of our families are still in need. So let's pay it forward. Please join the Houston Police Department in helping these families this year with some food. And let's face it, no child should wake up during the holidays to hunger pains or go to sleep hungry. No child should ever go to sleep hungry. And one of the things that I love about this man that I'll never forget, spending, I think it's been almost 2 years now, where you presented, you told the story of your childhood, that you came from a working family. And too many of us that came from working families that had a challenging childhood sometimes forget that we need to now reach back. And so I want to thank you, Mayor, because from your humble beginnings, you've come to be the mayor of the largest city in Texas, fourth largest in this nation, soon to be the third largest. You've never forgotten where you came from. You've never forgotten your struggles, and you've never stopped giving back. And so today, we want to just again urge people, please help us starting Thursday to December 3rd. Come to Fiesta. I want to thank Fiesta Markets and PepsiCo for being a great community partner. En español, bien rápido, quiero que sepa que este año le debemos dar gracias al alcalde, que es un hombre muy humilde, que su familia es una familia humilde, pero nunca se lo ha olvidado. Todo lo que hicieron para tratar de vivir en la economía tan mala, con su mamá que estaba trabajando limpiando casas y hoteles, y aquí está como el alcalde, nunca se lo ha olvidado a donde pensó. Y este año, por el huracán Harvey, tenemos muchas familias que están pasando con mucho dolor. Necesitamos su apoyo. Empezando este jueves hasta el día 3 de diciembre, oficiales del Departamento de la Policía de Houston de nuevo van a estar en las fiestas, mercados Fiesta, con el apoyo de los mercados Fiesta y PepsiCo, recogiendo comida para repartir a las familias que tienen tanta necesidad. Este año, después del huracán Harvey, que tantas familias tuvieron tantas desgracias, por favor les suplicamos, ayúdenos. El año pasado, un programa que lleva 32 años, el primer año ayudamos a 600 familias, el año pasado casi 3.500 familias, pero este año la necesidad es más grande, más que nunca. Así que por favor, pensando el jueves, venga, visítenos aquí, visítenos y vamos a ayudar a los que necesitan ayuda. No se preocupe si es poquito o es mucho, lo que pueda ayudar, ayúdenos. El año pasado nos dieron $72,000 también, y también comida, así que este año, por favor, ayúdenos. So, a Fiesta Markets, por favor, gracias por su apoyo, y a PepsiCo también, y de nuevo, alcalde, I'm going to say it, I know he understands every word I say.
I was with you every step of the way.
So again, thank you all, we look forward to feeding. Ningún niño debe despertarse, acostarse con hambre y despertarse con hambre. Así que vamos a matar el hambre y apoyar a nuestros vecinos y a nuestros familiares. Gracias.
Thank you for your support and leadership and, again, support of our community initiatives. The Comida Food Drive is a cornerstone event, not only for HPD, but also for Fiesta. They allow us exclusively to come into their stores, select stores, and to ask their shoppers to participate in the food drive. As they come in and shop for their things, they allow us to come in with our volunteers and to ask for support. We are the only entity that they allow to do that. They make it a very exclusive campaign with HPD, and we are very, very thankful for that. We're also very thankful for the high-quality products that they contribute each year and for the foods that we're able to purchase from them for our boxes. So they are more than just partners. They are a community entity that is making a difference, and we are happy to partner with them. And it is now my pleasure at this time to present Fiesta Mart's president and new CEO, Sid Kiswani.
Thank you, Regina. I think first I've got to say, I got to look at the agenda next year and not have to follow these two guys, because they were just amazing spokespeople. I'm humbled and privileged to represent Fiesta up here, but it's really not about me. It's all about the people from Fiesta that are standing here that make this happen. So if you could please help me give a round of applause to all the management team that's here. Fiesta has been part of the Houston community for 45 years, which is a really long time in my books. And we've always been good community partners. And this is the 32nd year that we've been doing this, as Mayor Turner mentioned. So really excited to be here. I do want to recognize Pepsi. If you could please raise your hand, Cecilia. I saw you here. Thank you. And Kyle, I know you're behind me, for helping us with this as well. But you know, really, it's about the leadership of this city that makes this happen. And as was mentioned, we recently moved to Houston, and within the first 30 days, we experienced Harvey. And I watched Mayor Turner and our chief get on stage and keep the city together. And I also saw you cry with one policeman. So please, thank you for what you did. Your leadership was amazing for both of you. And so this makes it especially important this year, right? Within the aftermath of Harvey, having what's happened to the city come together, this food drive is extremely important. And we are going to be there to support the city and the HPD officers that have done just a phenomenal job this year for us. So please raise your hands and recognize all the HPD officers for me as well. With that, I'm going to pass it back to Regina. Thank you for coming out today. We appreciate it, and thank you for the support for Fiesta as well.
You know, we literally could not have this drive without our sponsors. Now, let me tell you a little bit about what Pepsi does. They allow us to come into their warehouse while they're trying to work, just like Fiesta. You know, it's a workable day. But we're coming in there bringing pallets upon pallets and boxes of food. And they're trying to operate their business all around this. And we are just so thankful for that space. Because as we've kind of learned from all the donations that we've received recently with Hurricane Harvey, that warehouse space is at a minimum, and it's very expensive. And we are just so thankful for all that they do, and also for the wonderful product that they give us to put into the boxes for our families. At this time, we would like to bring up Pepsi's Beverages Company representative, Mr. Kyle Washington.
Thank you very much. I'll be brief. Thank you, Gina. So on behalf of Pepsi Cola and our East Texas locations, it's an honor and a privilege for us to be associated with this event. And just so you know, if we don't have enough space, we'll get more. So please don't hesitate. Just continue to donate as much as you possibly can. We will support those donations at our facility. We have, along with HPD and the Fiesta team, we're very, very proud to be part of this food drive. And just know that Pepsi, we feel like we are part of the recovery process for the city. And we are very proud to be in this market, working in these communities, because it's a privilege for us to partner with you guys and be part of these wonderful programs. It is one of our cornerstones for Pepsi to be a part of the community and anything that's happening within the community. And so we are absolutely grateful to be part of this. So once again, thank you guys very much for even allowing Pepsi to be part of this.
Thank you again. Another integral part of the Comida Food Drive are the volunteers that come out with us when we go into the stores. It might be a little intimidating to have officers come up to you, so that's why we have our volunteer base that come up and ask for support. And for HPD, we have the Houston Citizens Police Academy Alumni Association. And they're with us. We work hand in hand together on a lot of community initiatives. And this is just one of many of the events that the Houston Citizens Police Academy alumni is a part of. And at this time, we would like to have the president, Jeanette Inkoff, and also Deborah Frazier come. They are spending a lot of time this year with us with the food drive and putting a lot of volunteer hours towards this effort.
Thank you. We are so excited to be in support of our Houston police officers. You cannot find a better group of men and women than what we have. And so we are thankful to Fiesta that we are allowed to enter their stores. Now, one of the things that I will confess is that we have a little bit of a competition. So I will tell Airline Store, you are not going to beat the 1960 store this year. It's just, you know, every year that stores get better and better, and the officer from the McCowa store told me a while ago, no, it's going to be our store. So, oh, Wirt Road, oh, it is on now. So thank y'all, Fiesta, for allowing us to be here. And thank you, HPD, for allowing us to support y'all.
Thank you so much. I guess, as they say, you're going to drop the mic on that one. I'll try to put this back in here. Okay, Chief.
Looks like this one.
Clip on. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Exactly. He's got many skills. At this time, we would also like to bring up a representative from another volunteer group that is very, very crucial to HPD, and that is the Police and Clergy Alliance. And now we have our board chair, Mary Ayala. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you to everyone. I am not a native to Houston, but every single year, Houston really, really does surprise everyone that has the privilege of being here. This year especially, I come from New York, and we went through 9/11, and I must tell you that what Houston did was unbelievable. We were an example not only to the city, the state, but the entire country was watching. And as we close out this year, it's even more important, even more significant. Not only what we went through and how strong Houston is, but Houston is a city of champions now. And we have an opportunity, Houston, to come out again and show the resilience of the city, the compassion of its citizens, and just the strength. And we, as the co-chair for PACA, which is the Police and Clergy Alliance, I can let you know that HPD doesn't just wear one uniform. There's a lot of service that happens when the cameras turn off and the media is gone. HPD continues to serve, and there's a lot of people that come alongside of them and believe in their mission, believe in their heart, believe in the officers, and We just ask that the city does the same. Come alongside HPD, along with all the other partners, and just continue to give, as this year is very special for Houston. Thank you.
Again, we thank all of our volunteer organizations for their support. We're about to wrap things up, but just to kind of recap. Okay, thank you. Yeah, but you're in good hands. You know, everything is good. Again, this Thursday we will begin the donations that you can drop off at the select stores. You can get the information of the Fiesta stores on our website. Now, another easy way that you can participate, we have online donations. And you can go online at houstonpolice.org and make a donation for any denomination. Every penny counts. If you've participated in the drive before, we hope that maybe you can do double what you did before. Because unfortunately, many of those who have given in the past are now impacted and are trying to just recover. But we want everyone to have a wonderful Christmas. And if we all do something, it will make a difference. We also want to remind you, again, this will be Thursday through the following Sunday. Very easy hours. You come to Fiesta, and we have a very cheerful giver who is very anxious and ready to make his donation. And again, we want you, as you're thinking about Cyber Monday, to think about putting something aside for the food drive. Before we end, we just want to remind everyone, if you will still stay up in the front so that we can get a group photo. Again, media, we thank you all for being with us today, that you will spread the word about the food drive. We're looking forward to doubling our numbers. We normally help a minimum of 3,500 people, but with your support, we want to keep that number and go further. Thank you, and happy holidays to you all.